it is time for us being the squad of O, to give Dave his flowers.
Oh, boy.
You
I still
did it.
don't know why you're saying that.
You did it. You absolutely fucking did it. And
I feel like this is negative.
No. Well, negative for the person that we're going to be talking about. But positive for you, because once again, you were a full-blown cynic, and it paid off for you here because you called it. You called this. And I want people to understand fully what we're talking about. Because you were, once again, ahead of the curve, sir. You just followed the tea leaves. You followed the jelly beans. You saw it all happen. You took, I forgot which pill it was to see the realness of it. Was it the red pill in Matrix? You've been.
I took them both.
But you nailed this, and it's the first thing. You were the first person I thought of when I saw this. So, Night of Champions, which we'll talk about in a second, took place on Saturday, early in the day, Saudi Arabia, and Monday, which was in Pittsburgh. All of a sudden, the show starts off with Rhea Ripley. They start talking about Evolution. I said, wow. They waited this long to start talking about Evolution? The motherfucker was in like a week and a half. Like 2 weeks. And I was like, there's no time to build any of this shit. They're just throwing this match together now. And as they're talking, it dawned on me, it must already be set, right? Because they're talking to each other like this shit is already happening. It's going to be Io Sky and Rhea Ripley for the World's Women's Championship, which we called. Both of us said that's probably the direction they're going to go. It's going to be Rhea and Io, which that was expected, right? So I got curious. I said, well, let me go to the wiki real quick and just make sure that they have it confirmed that that's going to be the match. I go to the Wikipedia. They have 5 matches announced. And I said, who, what, where, when? So just really quickly, they have JC Jane, who was the NXT Women's Champion. She's going to compete against Jordynne Grace at Evolution. It's going to be an NXT title match. Now, that one I can excuse because I don't watch NXT. They've probably already been talking about it. They've probably been already building that up. I wouldn't know. Io Sky and Rhea Ripley got announced on Monday. They also announced that the women's tag team titles would be on the line, with Roxanne Perez taking Liv Morgan's place as the tag team champions. And they're going to do a 4-way where they're going to go up against a team from Raw, a team from SmackDown, and a team from NXT. Now, I don't normally like to divulge in spoilers, but the SmackDown team apparently has already been decided. They must have taped it already because it happened already. WWE is going to take off for July 4th weekend, so they already taped their SmackDown. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, for whatever reason, were a tag team on SmackDown, and they won. So they're going to be in the tag team title match. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair as a team. Then they're going to do a battle royal where the winner gets an opportunity at the championship at Clash in Paris. And for whatever reason, for the WWE Championship, or WWE Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton is defending against Trish Stratus. So I threw up in my mouth when I saw that last one. And we'll get into this card as a whole. But you fucking called this. Because we're in Atlanta for this pay-per-view. And what I said is that if you're going to be in Hotlanta, GA, the only clear main eventer for this pay-per-view should be Bianca Belair. That goes without any fucking discussion at all whatsoever. It's the no-brainer. And you said that this company has made a habit of disrespecting this woman so hard that you couldn't even see her being in the main event. Well, they saw...
She's not even on the fucking card so far.
Let me finish. They saw...
Okay, I'm trying not to crash out right
now.
They
saw you... No. I'm setting you up for the crash out. They heard you say that they're so disrespectful to this woman that there's no way they would make her the main event. And they looked you dead in the face, Dave, and they said, I will double your trouble. I'm not even booking the bitch at all, whatsoever. No main event, not even an issue. She's not even going to be on the goddamn card. And for those of you wondering, well, hold on a second, AJ. That women's tag team title match still has 2 spots. No, sir. Bianca Belair is on the SmackDown brand. I just told you SmackDown has a winner, Bliss and Flair. So unless they throw her into just some random bullshit match for zero reason, she ain't on the card.
So there's one bail that can be shot.
Okay.
Because we'll get into it later, but there was a particular finish that got me scratching my head at Clash of Champions.
Night of Champions.
And if that's the case, Night of Champions. And if that's the case, then match 4 might be their opportunity to put her in there and have a big payout for her.
Put her in the Battle Royal.
Correct. Because there you could drive a story there with what's going on what happened earlier. And I feel like that's the direction they may be going, that fight. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, she's not. 2 things I noticed when you showed me this: she wasn't on the card,
mm-hmm.
and that last match made me like fucking shut my phone off and just walk away for a little bit, because they did exactly what the fuck I said they should not do.
Yes.
And again, I'm telling you, there is a list somewhere where Vince made promises to certain people. This is what it feels like with the Goldberg shit. I'm telling you, it just feels like there's a few people who are owed a couple of appearances, and it just really feels like he's running the gauntlet. He's paying the dues because they just feel so randomly placed for nothing at all. No payout. This is a terrible ending to what feels like is going to be a pretty mediocre show.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't think this is going to be a tough watch. That's for sure. And the only thing that will make me happy is if she is actually in match 4 and she does win it. So we'll see what happens. I'm not holding my fucking breath, though.
The Trish Stratus inclusion kind of...
Oh, and no Stephanie, by the way. Stephanie has made the list to where it's like, if she's not on the card, is disrespectful.
You're talking about the core.
Bianca?
Yeah.
Yes. Stephanie or Bianca is not on this card?
Even if they're on the card but in the Battle Royal, what a fucking waste. What a fucking waste. And we said, when we first talked about Evolution 2, we sat here and we said, you know what? This version of Evolution 2 is going to be so great because they don't have to rely on the legends. They're so goddamn deep. They can do a card straight up with who they got, and it makes all the sense. They could actually avoid a Nikki Bella situation, because that was the criticism of the first one, Nikki Bella being in the main event, competing for a championship. Wow, what a waste that was. And now we fast forward, and that's exactly what they did. They put fucking one of the legends in a championship match on the fucking card. That was the one thing we were like, well, at least we don't have to do that shit again. And then he went, oh, still talking shit. Didn't learn from Bianca. Trish, you're in. They were just
if I'm a
tag
female
partners
on that card right now, I'm salty.
The thing is, I don't know if they're allowed to. I don't know if they're allowed to even be salty about it. But at the same time, like, is there absolutely nobody? Is there absolutely nobody that has the balls to step up and just say, "What the fuck is this?" Because Rhea's in a situation where she doesn't have to, right? She's in a championship match. She's not fucking worried about that. There's a good chance that's going to be the main event for sure now. Based on this card, That's got to be the fucking main event now. What goes after
has
Rhea
to
and
be. There's
Io?
no way.
Fucking way.
Trish Stratus is closing the show, and you're gonna damn near open with Rhea and Io.
I would turn the pay-per-view off if that's the opening match. I'll watch it at another date. I would have to calm down. I would need to fucking. I got it right here. What's this? Lidocaine, hemp venom. I'd have the pain relief. I'd have to put it on my muscles. I'd have to. I would wrap it all over my head and my forehead and my hair and all kinds of shit. I don't want to be around anybody. I was looking forward to this. I was looking. I was
hoping they would do it.
Yes. I was like, Jesus, bring it back. You've got more talent than ever now. This is going to work now. And then, oh my fucking God. The way that I described it here, I used Evolution to discard it already. They promoted this as a thing that's going to happen, and then they just put it out there without giving a fuck.
You know what? I'm not even mad at that. I don't even think the issue is the fact that we're just gonna book it. Like, who cares? This is gonna be a pay-per-view for just women raw talent, dude. Like, fuck story. Let's just get in there. Let's put some opponents together. Let's use it as an opportunity and just let them go out there and show out. Actually, now that I say that, do you think that this is their version of that? Because I feel like it's a little weak.
I think that based on what's in front of me, how can I think anything else? They just said, yeah, let's just put a bunch of fucking matches together.
Trish Stratus just kind of counters the whole argument.
Rhea and the funny thing about Trish versus Tiffany is that they were just partners. Or I feel like it just happened. Now that I'm thinking about it, that was Elimination Chamber. So that was in February. So that was about 5 months ago. But they were tag team partners. They won a match. They haven't talked to each other on camera since, and now they're opponents at Evolution. Which is nuts, because if you go back to the original Evolution, if you would have told me Trish was in that main event, I don't think I would have been as angry. Because they weren't as deep then. This is unnecessary. They can't find an opponent for Tiffany Stratton. They had to go into the bin and pull out the old reliable.
How do you feud with someone you shared a Nia Jax sandwich with?
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
That's true. Oh, my God.
At that point, there's nothing you guys haven't been through together.
Yeah, there was some real sisterhood made out of that little situation right there.
Oh, yeah. Great moment.
The Battle Royal does open up possibilities to see some names, right? Obviously, you just said Stephanie McCoy's
but
name.
also opportunities to see more junk.
I know.
That's what I was going to ask you, how many people are in it?
It doesn't specify, which means they can literally put as many of these women in there as they can possibly do it. For every Julia, there's going to be another Zelina Vega. So yeah, you have to figure out what the hell the situation is with that. God's sakes, that's a teaser, by the way. Go ahead, you guys. After this is over,
Zelina's definitely in that shit.
Yeah, this is a teaser, by the way. Go when you get to Night of Champions, you'll hear my beef about this whole goddamn situation too. But yeah, that this whole card just feels like whatever's happening. There's actually one match missing from this list now that I think about it, because they announced on Monday that the Women's Intercontinental Championship was going to be on the line. Lyra Valkyria, Bayley as challengers against Becky Lynch. That's going to be a 3-way now for the title. So there's 6 matches.
Well, then that's better, because I was literally going to say earlier, if I'm Lyra, I'm pissed right now. I'm in feud with some top people right now, and I'm not on this card.
Yeah. Well,
so that's the case, then that makes me feel a little bit better.
The one that I want, Chelsea Green, is probably going to be in the fucking Battle Royal. We're also hearing rumors, by the way, Britt Baker might be in that Battle Royal, not for nothing.
Dude, I fucking lose it.
DMD, baby. In the house.
Oh my God!
So let's see.
2 phenomenal
AEW.
And listen, you saw what they did with Jade, and we'll get to that. But dude, can you? Oh, they get their hands on.
I know. They didn't know what they had. They didn't know what
Can
they
I get
had.
a Chelsea? Can I get a Chelsea Green Britt Baker feud? 'Cause
Oh,
that would be amazing.
man. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be phenomenal.
That would be pretty cool. But, yeah, so Evolution's coming up July 12th.
No reason.
Not July 12th. Because Saturday night's main event is on the 12th, I think, right? Yeah, 12th. That's another thing. Saturday night main event, Saturday, and then Evolution on the 13th. So that's when that's going down. So